Thanks for joining me, Kieran. An exceptional result today in very, very difficult conditions. We weren't sure if the game was going to go ahead or not, but it has, and the boys have done brilliantly.
Yeah, so not ideal preparations, not knowing if it's going to be on. And obviously St Blazey travelled a long way, so it was one of those things that were up in the air. It's probably up until 2 o'clock. Fair play to the officials today. I thought they managed it really, really well. Obviously the pitch is very soft, but despite the conditions and the pitch, we were outstanding today. 5 goals, conceded a penalty, probably fair as well, but other than that I don't think they've really threatened, and we were really clinical today. I think the last time we spoke was me and you before Sidmouth, and went obviously that 8-match winning streak. We won and didn't concede a goal. And obviously it was disappointing against Helston, which I was banned for, and then dropped points against Bridgewater in the midweek, 2-2, but probably a good point. 4 points off of those, off of Bridgewater across the season, is not to be sniffed at. Obviously had Welton on Tuesday night that I missed, but this is our bread and butter. Home game on a Saturday, it's just a nice feeling to have, and it's been really disappointing that we've only probably had one in the last 6 other than today. I think Helston at home, other than that we hadn't had a game on a Saturday for 5 or 6 weeks, which I find really strange. But it is what it is. You want to be playing consistently week in, week out, and I know sometimes the weather is to play, but that's not happened. We just haven't had fixtures scheduled, so hopefully that sort of break in fixtures is gone now, and we can sort of build up a head of steam. The boys have been chomping at the bit to get back in, get back playing, get back to winning ways. Obviously we drew down at St Blazey early on in the season, but today we were far the better team. Kieran with a hat-trick. Caelan Gold was outstanding. Macca back in the starting 11 after a really good performance against Welton midweek, I was told, so obviously kept his shirt for that, and it's great to have him back fully fit. And then James Smallcombe, that's obviously come into the club to replace Sam Jepson, who's dislocated his shoulder. And everyone today put in a shift. It gets really difficult for me week in, week out to pick an 11, but the boys on the bench today, Kai Simpson back from injury, Elliot Hafferden obviously back from suspension, Dylan Gould and Joel Smedley, outstanding when they came on. Sid Partridge found himself on the bench today. It was probably a little bit harsh on him, but wanted to go with two attacking fullbacks at home. But when they've stepped on to the pitch today, just really good attitudes, good togetherness in the squad. And yeah, like I said, a superb performance. And I feel like that one's been coming for us to be clinical in front of goal. Missed a lot of chances in the Helston and Bridgewater game, looking at the footage. So for me, it was coming, that 5-star performance, and I thought we were great in both boxes. Special mention to Chris Peck, 38 years old, like defying the hands of time, covered every blade of grass, won every single header. For me, I know Kieran will get the plaudits in the bar after for his hat-trick, but Pecker was monstrous today. So some really, really good positives to take, and hopefully keeps us in contention in those playoff spots now. I think that all, other than Clevedon, and all of us around that top 5, top 6 are around 30, 36, 37, 38 points. It's really, really tight. So a couple of bad results can see you on the outside of it, and a couple of good ones can see you right up in second or third. But this is probably like the midpoint of the season now, 18, 19 games in the league. I've been absolutely delighted with the togetherness in the group, the work rate, the fitness levels, and the football that we're playing. I only checked today, we've got the best defensive record in the league, and I think we are second or third in the highest scorers in the league as well. And we haven't, no disrespect to them, played St Austell yet, who have obviously been shipping a lot of goals. So those fixtures to come as well, which will obviously hopefully give us some more goal difference. So huge positives to take, and I think sometimes a little bit of reflection. Obviously the disappointment of Helston and the draw against Bridgewater, people may think that we were down in camp, but we've been working so hard behind the scenes to get us back on the straight and narrow, and that result today and that performance will go a long way to that. But no game midweek now, so we'll be in Tuesday and Thursday, and then we'll prepare for Saltash away on Saturday, which you know what it was like when we played them here a couple of months ago. One of the toughest games we've had, and we were lucky to come away with a 2-0 win on the day, but we go down to them, who are in great form now. I think they're up to third. So we'll need to be at our brilliant best to get anything from that.
Excellent. We'll see you next Saturday.
Thank you very much. Cheers, John.